Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Isaac, and today I'm going to be building a function that will pass in two letters, and it will return true if the letters equal the same number, and it will turn false if the number of those letters do not uh, add up to the same as the other letter. So in today's example, we're going to be using X's and O's. So if we pass in two X's and two O's, it should return true. And if we pass in one X and three O's, it should return false. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do is declare our function name. And let's call it XO. Okay, and we're going to pass in the string of X's and O's. And first thing we need to do is create a variable. We'll call it CO. And CO is going to equal 0. And then we're going to make one called CX. And CX will also equal 0. We're basically going to use these to increment by 1 each time we find an X or a 0. So let's go ahead and create another variable, and we'll call it X. And X is going to be equal to the string. We're going to use the dot split method, and we're going to split it by its quotations. So now that it has been targeted, we need to run through it. So we're going to do this by creating a for loop. And this for loop here, we're going to pass in I, and I is going to start at 0. And then we're going to make I less than x dot length. And we're going to increment I by 1 each time. Okay, so now that we have looped through our string, the next thing we need to do is create some conditions. So we're going to create an if statement, and this if statement is going to say if x at the index of I equals O, then CO will be equal to CO plus 1. And again, referencing these variables up here, we used them basically as a placeholder to increment by 1. That way we can determine at the very end which one is equal to each other, and if they're an even number or not. Okay, so now we've done that, let's go ahead and create another statement. And this will say basically if x at the index of I equals x, then we're going to make cx equal to cx plus 1. Again, just using our variables to increment. And now we've done that, the next thing we need to do is make a final if statement. So let's go ahead and drop down here, and we'll go ahead and make that. So this if statement is going to say if CO is equal to CX, then we're going to return true, which is what we want. Basically, if the number of x's is equal to the number of o's, it's going to be true. Else, if that is not the case, we're going to return false. So let's return false, and that will tell us there is not an even number of x's and o's. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and console log the result. And we're going to pass in XO. And for the string, First, let's do an even number. So we'll do 3 x's and 3 o's. So our console should return true. Let's go ahead and save that and refresh in our browser. And as you can see, it's rendered true based on the number of x's equaled in length to the number of o's. So let's go ahead and try taking out 2 of these x's. So now it should return false as the number of x's does not match the number of o's in length. Let's go ahead and save this and refresh. And as you can see, it's rendered false due to it not meeting the parameters that we passed in for our if statement. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. Thanks for watching.